Victor was great.
Victor, great bass player, as we covered.
Do your Victor Wooten.
Victor Wooten.
That's it.
You like when I do that.
I do. I love when you do that.
You enjoy when I do that.
I thought you would do it during the interview, but I guess you didn't want to.
No, I didn't want to scare him away.
Tomorrow in Rochester, go check him out. And if you've never seen... Vic, go on YouTube and check it out. He's amazing.
Yeah.
That Amazing Grace that he plays.
I was going to say there's that Amazing Grace video where he's doing harmonics and stuff.
Yeah, he's playing harmonics, the melody and harmonics, and then he's playing the bass line underneath it. It's crazy. Then he does it in double time. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I know we got to get to music news, and I know we kept Victor on a little bit too long, and I know there's still people chatting with you in xshow.co, which is fantastic. I want to tell you a little music news that I found out yesterday.
All right.
And I'm going to tell you how I found it out.
I'm excited.
Our biggest fans, hands down, are Sharon and Bob, wouldn't you say?
Without a doubt.
I mean, the biggest fans that like us, the one who can't stand us is that Sniper 15 guy.
Yeah, he does not like us at all.
Sharon and Bob, I seen them at the Shrine Circus yesterday, and Sharon comes up to me and says, "Did you hear that they're getting Bruce Springsteen's cars for sale? Do you know about this?"
I didn't know about this.
I actually had to research it, and they're announcing it. They're reporting it that it's Springsteen's car. It's not his car though. It was a car he owned, and what he did is he bought a '57 Chevy convertible. Right after he signed with Columbia in '72, he actually sold it in like '78 though, and for like $2,000. For $2,000, and he bought a Vet. I guess he was taking a lot of heat from the people on the Jersey Shore, so he bought a classic Vet.
Yeah.
Which shows that Springsteen's so cool. He's not driving a Mercedes.
I'm not driving a Mercedes.
He's driving an American car. But now the fellow who ended up with it got sold twice, but the fellow who ended up with it now is obviously selling it to Springsteen's old car for $400,000. Let me say it again, $100,000.
Wow. Are you going to put a bid in on that?
Bruce has got to be angry because he sold it for $2,000.
I know. He lost a lot of profit there.
And Sharon and Bob are wonderful people.
Sharon and Bob are wonderful people. I saw them last weekend at the Hamburg Fairgrounds. But Sharon and Bob, best fans, biggest fans.
Wonderful people.
And they're a great inside info if there's any car sales going on by famous people.
It's not Sharon's fault either, because I'm sure that they were announcing. Well, actually, all the headlines I read, Springsteen's car for sale. I mean, it's just I did some research on it. So she's like a reporter in the field.
She is. She's out there. She's probably out there right now doing some investigation. She went to the Mike Bubble concert for us a couple months ago.
That's right.
Yeah, we sent her to Mike Bubble, and she gave us a whole in-depth review on how the Bubble show went.
You know what? She was one of the only people that made it out. That was the day of that big storm. They made it out of this thing. Thank God.
Well, Sharon's cruising around in that Escalade too.
Sharon's a baller.
Let's sell Sharon's Escalade, and we'll market it as Sharon's Escalade. We should sell that on the. Yeah.
We could get
we could get $500,000 for Sharon's Escalade.
Heck yeah! You stick with us, Sharon. We'll get that car sold for $500,000.
You want to move to music news?
Please.
All right, music news. Pearl Jam will be going back into the studio at some point this year to work on their 10th studio album. Their bass player, Jeff Ament, said this week that they have at least 25 songs that they have written, not completely finished, but demos that they're going to rehearse, and they're going to hit the studio hopefully sometime in April to start recording, like I said, their 10th studio album.
How do you feel about it?
I thought their last album was better than the last few that have come out.
Yeah, they've had a few clunkers.
Yeah, their last album, though, The Fixer, or Backspacer, The Fixer was one of the songs off of it, the first single. Backspacer I thought it was a pretty solid album. It was only like 40 minutes long, though. I remember the first time I got it, I listened to it, and I was like, that's it? But, I mean, I guess it's not, length, it's how good it is. It was a lot of good songs on that.
Quickly, give me your best Eddie Vedder impersonation singing. What's that one song? Is it Alive?
Ledbetter. That I sit in the music exchange and I sing Ledbetter and I change the words because I don't even think he knows the words.
Nobody knows, but it's just more.
I'm thinking. I almost did Black.
Oh, Black's the one I'm thinking. Black's another one though that he does.
Yeah. My bit of hair,
Yep, that's Eddie.
If someone just tuned in at that point,
I didn't think that Eddie's in the studio with us.
Yeah, if someone just tuned in at that point, they listened for like 2 seconds and they changed this station immediately. We just lost so many fans.
Acapella Pearl Jam, forget this station. What else you got, man?
Genesis vocalist Phil Collins announced his retirement just a little over a week ago. He did it via his website. He's 60 years old. He said that he just wants to take time to spend with his family. He's got 2 young sons, and he just wants to devote more time to being a full-time father. So Phil Collins officially retired.
You know, it's funny because about 6 months ago, I think he officially announced it in Rolling Stone. I remember reading it in Rolling Stone.
There was rumors about it for a while, and I know some people, said he wasn't really retiring, and it was just rumors.
He won't. He'll be back.
Sure.
Yeah, what they need to do is tour again with Peter Gabriel, but Peter Gabriel doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, that would be I'm actually excited. You know what? Let's give more Doctor Inside concert info, because Doctor's got all that info. No, Peter Gabriel's coming to the States in June.
Yeah.
They didn't announce actual dates, but I'm excited. Hopefully he'll come somewhere, close, and I'll be able to hit one of those shows.
I think it's funny that Phil Collins, he really owned the 80s. He owned the sound of the 80s.
Yeah.
He produced so many records. He resurrected Clapton's career. The band, you couldn't escape them. I mean, you just couldn't escape. And I was not a big fan of the Phil Collins era Genesis, and it was just like torturous. And for him to just completely disappear off the scene like that was very bizarre. It's funny the backlash that came his way.
He disappeared for a while, and then I remember that.
He did like Disney stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say he came back and he did that Tarzan album, and then he's sort of like resurfaced for a little while.
They did a half-hearted tour, kind of a semi-reunion tour. I seen it.
I don't know. You saw the actual show live?
I saw the show.
I saw. They released a DVD of it. I think it was like a Rome show that they did.
Yeah, it was
in Rome, and I saw that, and I wasn't too impressed.
Yeah, it was like the Phil Collins show. He'd be behind the drums, he'd
exactly.
be out in front, behind the drums,
he was behind the drums.
Out.
It was like Phil Collins with supporting band Genesis.
Yeah, exactly. What else you got, bro?
Another band that is, a duo that is hoping to reunite some point in 2011. Art Garfunkel and Paul Simon. I'm sorry. Art Garfunkel and Paul Simon will be reuniting for
Simon Cowell?
Yes, Simon Cowell.
That would be so funny because Art Garfunkel is such a tree hugger, and Simon is so mean.
Yeah, he would be like, "Why are you hugging that tree? your voice is terrible."
It's terrible, yeah.
No, well, Art Garfunkel had that voice thing that he was diagnosed with. I don't know exactly what it was called.
Oh, I know what it was. It was called Paul Simon had all the talent in the group and wrote all the songs. That's what it was called.
That
it was a disease.
And they saw Art Garfunkel with Julio down by the schoolyard.
Yeah.
No, but
it was Paul Simon decided to start a solo career, and you can't write anything. Son.
Exactly.
That's the disease he had.
No, he really had a vocal.
I know. I remember.
This is terrible that you're making.
I'm sorry.
No, but so he's working really hard, I guess, to get his vocals back up to par, and he really wants to get back on the road. And they're saying late in 2011 they're going to start scheduling shows with him and Paul Simon.
Art Garfunkel, the highest paid harmony singer on the planet. That's my opinion.
You know what? Try saying Art Garfunkel a lot in a music news segment, because you will stumble over it.
It's true. I definitely will. Want to thank everybody for listening. Again, we're at the end of another great show. Don't forget about that giant Mackie giveaway. $1,000 in Mackie recording gear is going to be given away by the Heard It on the X show and Mackie and Rich's Music Exchange. Go to richesmusicexchange.com starting tomorrow for details. I want to thank everybody who was live chatting with us at xshow.co. On behalf of Joshua, the doctor, and Matt behind the board, if you heard it on the X, folks.